Long before he lifted the World Cup trophy, Ángel Di María wasn't a global superstar. His hands weren't holding gold. They were stained black with coal dust. As a kid, he worked in his family's small, dusty coal yard, bagging charcoal day in and day out just to help his family survive. But with all the odds stacked against him, somehow he came out on top, becoming one of the most clutch players of his generation. So how did a boy from the coal yards of Rosario write his name in history by conquering the world of football? This is the full story of Ángel Di María.
Di María shoots!
In Rosario, Argentina, the very same city that gave us Lionel Messi, another football legend was being forged in pure hardship. Di María wasn't dealt the best of hands to begin with. His family was living a life of constant struggle. His dad, Miguel, had his own football dreams shattered by a nasty injury, so he took a job in a local coal yard to keep the family afloat. Young Ángel worked right there with him. The work was brutal, the dust was suffocating, and the money was barely enough to get by. But this harsh reality unknowingly built a relentless spirit inside the boy. Di María was a ridiculously hyperactive kid, so much so that doctors told his mom, Diana, to channel that energy into sports. She took that advice and signed him up for a local club. The family sacrificed everything. They used the tiny income from the coal yard to buy his first boots. And his talent? It was undeniable. Legend has it that when he moved to Rosario Central as a kid, the transfer fee wasn't cash. It was 40 footballs. 99 out of 100 guys would have been stuck in that yard forever. But Di María was different. He was the one out of 100. At just 17, Di María made his professional debut for his hometown club, Rosario Central. His skinny frame and explosive pace immediately caught the eye of European scouts, and in 2007, he made the jump across the Atlantic to join Portuguese giants Benfica, which is where his career would shift into a whole new gear. This was his first real taste of the big stage, and he did not disappoint. In Portugal, he sharpened his skills, helped Benfica win a league title, and built a reputation as one of Europe's most exciting young wingers. The boy from the coal yard was now a rising star, and his journey was proof of his family's sacrifice and his own insane dedication. But before we get into his biggest triumphs and the nightmare that almost derailed his career, I need your help. You see, I'm asking you to please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support, and I know we can do it together. But anyway, enough rambling on this. Now let me tell you about Di María's breakthrough at the biggest club in the world. In 2010, a €25 million transfer took him to Real Madrid. Playing alongside guys like Cristiano Ronaldo, Di María became a vital piece of the machine. He was a creative monster, an assist king whose non-stop work rate made him a fan favorite. His absolute crowning moment came in the 2014 Champions League final, where his man-of-the-match performance helped Madrid finally secure La Décima, their 10th European title. But the world of elite football is ruthless. Just months after that massive win, he was sold to Manchester United for what was then a British record fee. And little did he know that this would be the start of a nightmare season. His time in England was the complete opposite of his success in Spain. He was hit with injuries, struggled to adapt, and his dream move turned into a disaster. This period tested his spirit and saw his meteoric rise come to a sudden halt. Looking for a fresh start, Di María moved to Paris Saint-Germain in 2015, and this is where he cemented himself as a truly world-class player all over again. For 7 years, he was a machine of consistency. He won 5 league titles, and by the time he left, had become the club's all-time leader in assists. Yet, often playing in the shadow of other superstars like Neymar and Mbappé, he became one of football's great unsung heroes. He wasn't the guy on all the posters, but his quality was undeniable. He just quietly went about his business, dropping masterclass after masterclass that reminded everyone just how good he was. But for all his success at the club level, the biggest prize was still missing: a major trophy with Argentina. Di María was part of a generation that suffered heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss in major finals, but he never ever gave up. His redemption story really starts at the 2021 Copa America. In the final against arch-rivals Brazil at their legendary Maracanã Stadium, he scored the only goal of the game, ending Argentina's 28-year trophy drought. But that moment of pure magic was just the warm-up. The absolute peak of his career came at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. In the final against France, Di María was simply electric. He won a penalty and then scored a beautiful team goal, a goal that felt like his entire journey packed into one moment. When that final whistle blew and Argentina were world champions, his tears told the entire story. After years and years of pain, he was finally at the top of the mountain. Di María's career is an insane story of sacrifice, perseverance, and finally, redemption. A lot of people call him one of the most underrated players of his generation. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, I've got another one I'm sure you'll like on screen.